Hello student, how are you? I am Darshan Dave. Welcome to my channel and my channel name is Physics Made Easy by Darshan Dave. Today I am going to teach you some topics of electrostatic. Students, it is our special NEET plus JEE main lecture. But before that, remember my channel name is Physics Made Easy by Darshan Dave. Please like it, share it, subscribe it. So now I will start my lecture. Student, today's topic is electric field and electric dipole. Okay, now what is electric field? We know that electric field formula of electric field E is equal to kq by r square. Okay, and in lecture number 2 we have done already some numericals related to electric field, right? Now see electric field of a ring of charge. See, consider a uniformly charged ring. Here the radius of the ring is said to be r and we want to find out electric field at point P. This point is situated at distance x. This point P is situated at distance x from the center of the ring. Okay. So now in this case, what is the electric field at point P? So electric field at distance x and on the axis of the ring is given by E equal to kqx upon x square plus r square whole raised to 3 by 2. Where what is x? X is equal to distance of point P. Point P means the distance of a point where which we want to find out the electric field. Distance of point P from center of the ring. Center of ring. Right? And the capital R is said to be radius of the ring. And Q is equal to the charge on the ring. Right? So, it is the formula of electric field on the axis of the ring. Now let me see some special cases about it. See, student, in this formula if we take x equal to 0, so if we put x equal to 0 over here, what happen? X equal to 0, then electric field also 0. So x equal to 0, electric field also 0, right? See, x equal to 0. X equal to 0 means this point P is at the center of the ring. Yes or no? Because see, what is x? X means the distance between center and point P. But if x equal to 0, then P and O are on the same point. It means P is on the center of the ring. So at this point, electric field will be 0. Now, if x is very greater than r, then R is negligible compared to X. So in the formula of electric field, R is negligible compared to X. So if we put R equal to 0 compared to X, then what happen? E equal to KQX, E is equal to KQX upon E equal to KQX upon x square raised to 3 by 2, right? So here square root and square cancelled, 1x also cancel over here. So finally we get KQ upon x square, right? So it is the electric field on the axis of the ring, and there are two cases. Now let us see one example. A charge 4 into 10 raised to minus 9 coulomb is distributed uniformly over the circumference of a conducting ring of radius 0.3 meter. It means here charge is given 4 into 10 raised to minus 9. and the radius is given 0.3 meter. Calculate the field intensity at a point on the axis is at 0.5 meter from its center, also at its center. Okay, now we want to find out electric field at distance 0.5, 0.4 meter means x is given 0.4 meter, and finally the second question is electric field at the center. If electric field at the center, it means point P is a, if electric field at the center, uh, if you want to find out electric field at the center, it means point P is at the center. It means x equal to 0. Where x equal to 0, we know that electric field is 0. So here answer of second question, electric field is E equal to 0. Now let us try to obtain electric field at distance 0.4 meter. Now, according to our formula, electric field on the axis, electric field on the axis of the ring, on the axis of ring is given by E equal to kqx upon r square plus x square raised to 3 by 2, right? K equal to 9 into 10 raised to 9, q equal to 4 into 10 raised to minus 9, x equal to 0.4, r equal to 0.3 and x equal to again 0.4 square raised to 3 by 2. Now its answer comes to be electric field E equal to 115.2 Newton per Coulomb. And we know that the answer of second question is at the center x equal to 0, then electric field also 0. Now, second question, to calculate 5 microcoulomb, two charges 5 microcoulomb and 10 microcoulomb are placed 20 centimeter apart. What is the distance between them? 20 centimeter. The net electric field at the midpoint between two charge is dash. So here 2 points, let us take 2 point A and B. Okay, and A is kept, 5 microcoulomb is kept at point A and 10 microcoulomb is kept at point B. And here O is the midpoint. The distance between the two charges is given by 20 centimeter. We want to find out electric field at point O. How can we find? So let us draw the direction of electric field first. Here at point A we kept a positive charge, so electric field of positive charge is away from the charge. So its direction is away from the charge, right? So it is A is in right direction. Now if we want to find out, if we want to draw the electric field of plus 10 microcoulomb, then it is also positive. So electric field is away from the charge. So it is the direction of EB, right? So here electric field due to point A and electric field due to point B both are in opposite direction. So to find the net electric field, E is equal to EB minus EA. Why here we are taking negative sign? Because both the electric fields are in opposite direction. That's why we are taking the difference, EB minus EA. Here see which electric field is higher and which one is lower. See, it is a 5 microcoulomb, electric field due to 5 microcoulomb, right? And it is electric field due to 10 microcoulomb. So electric field due to 5 microcoulomb and electric field due to 10 microcoulomb. So electric field due to 10 microcoulomb is higher because electric field is directly proportional to charge. So EB is higher than EA. So net electric field E is equal to EB minus EA, right? Once again student, see we have total 2 charges over here. The first one is 5 microcoulomb, second one is 10 microcoulomb. The distance between them is given by 20 centimeter. right? Electric field of A and electric field of B both are in opposite direction, right? Here both are in opposite direction. So net electric field E equal to EB minus EA. Now put the values electric field EB minus EA. So electric field E is equal to EB equal to KQ upon R square, KQA upon R square minus KQB upon R square, right? So K equal to 9 into 10 raised to 9. Charge placed 8.8 is equal to 10 into 10 raised to minus 6. Charge placed, KQB minus KQA, because here we are taking EB minus EA, right? So charge placed at point B is 10 into 10 raised to minus 6 and the distance is 0.1, because see here in this figure the total distance between two charges is equal to 20 centimeter, but we want to find out distance, we want to find out electric field at point O, and O is the midpoint. So this distance is 10 centimeter OB, and OA also 10 centimeter. 10 centimeter converted into meter, so it is 0.1 meter. So 0.1 square minus K 9 into 10 raised to 9, QA 5 into 10 5 microcoulomb, so 5 into 10 raised to minus 6, and distance is 0.1 square. So by placing the value 9 into 10 raised to 9 into 10 raised to minus 6 common, 0.1 square common, so 10 minus 5, 10 minus 5 equal to 5. So finally its answer is 45 into 10 raised to 5 Newton per coulomb. So once again see the figure. Here we have A, here we have B, here we have midpoint. We know that it is the direction of electric field of the charge placed at point A, and it is the direction of electric field of the charge placed at point B. But we know that EB is greater than EA. So the resultant vector is in the direction of EB. So in the direction of EB, so see EB is towards to the plus 5 microcoulomb. So the answer is for 45 into 10 raised to 5 Newton per coulomb towards to the plus 5 microcoulomb. Now a new topic, electric dipole. What do you mean by electric dipole? A pair of two equal and opposite charges separated by finite distance is called electric dipole. It means we have two charges which are equal and opposite. It means this one is suppose minus 5, it is plus 5, so we can say that it is dipole, right? It is minus 10, it is plus 10, and the distance between them is finite, so it is also known as dipole. So there are two types of dipole. First one is polar dipole, second one is non-polar dipole. So what do you mean by polar dipole? See friends, what is polar dipole? Center of mass of positive and negative charges are not coincide. Not coincide means they are not on the same line, they are not on the same point. It is called polar dielectric. And what is non-polar? The center of mass of positive and negative charges are coinciding. It means here positive charge and negative charge are at the same point, or they are on the same line. So these are called non-polar. But in this topic we are talking about only polar dipoles, right? So their centers are center of mass of negative charge, center of mass of positive charges are not coinciding. Now the separation between minus q and plus q is equal to what? 2a. Now dipole moment. What do you mean by dipole moment? Strength of the dipole can be measured using dipole moment. What is dipole moment? The definition of dipole moment: product of separation between the two charges and magnitude of any one charge. We can say that magnitude of any one charge because both the charge having same magnitude. Okay, so dipole moment equal to separation into magnitude of charge. Dipole moment is denoted by P. Separation is 2a. See in the figure, the separation between the two charge is equal to 2a. It means here this separation is 2a and magnitude of charge is equal to q. It is dipole moment. Dipole moment is a vector quantity. Dipole moment is a vector quantity. And we know that what do you mean by vector quantity? A quantity which can be described by its magnitude as well as direction. So here dipole moment is in the direction of minus q charge to plus q charge, right? It is dipole moment. Now let us see some examples of dipole moment. See the question. Three charges are placed shown in the figure. Find dipole moment of the arrangement. We want to find out dipole moment. Okay. Let us consider figure number 1. Here plus 2q is kept at point O, minus q is kept at point A, and again another minus q is kept at point B. Right? Now students, here we have total, how many charges are there? Here we have total 4 charges. Plus q means plus 2q, okay? Then minus q and minus q, right? So here if we consider this arrangement, here minus q and it here plus q, so its dipole moment is towards to the left because direction of dipole moment is from negative charge to positive charge. So here let us split these two charges. Here it is plus q and again plus q, right? So consider this plus q and this minus q, so it will become a dipole. So direction of dipole moment from negative charge to positive charge, so it is towards to the left, so it is P, right? It is towards to the left. Now consider this minus q charge and this plus q charge, so it is another dipole. So another dipole, its direction from negative charge to positive charge, so vertically downward direction, so it is again P. Here two dipole moments are same. Why same? Because distances are same. Here d, over here distance between two charges is d, so dipole moment also same. Now what is the net or resultant dipole moment? How can we find resultant dipole moment? According to vector addition, we can find out the resultant dipole moment. Join the tail of first vector and head of last vector. See, it is our first vector, it is last vector. Join the tail of first vector, head of last vector. This vector will gives you the net dipole moment, right? Now what is the formula of net dipole moment? Formula of resultant vector is said to be under root of p1 square plus p2 square plus 2p1 p2 cos theta, right? It is the formula of resultant vector. So here p1 is equal to p, p2 is also p, see p2 is also p. Okay, 2p square, p into p, 2p square cos theta. Theta means angle between the two vectors. So these two vectors, this one and this one, both are perpendicular vectors, right? So theta is equal to 90 degree. So because of cos 90 degree, this term gets cancelled, right? Because cos 90 equal to 0, so 0 into 2p square equal to 0. So here only two terms are remaining, one is p1 square, second one is p2 square, but p1 equal to p, p2 equal to p, so p square plus p square, its answer is root 2p. Now here what is the dipole moment? Dipole moment P equal to separation, see separation is d and magnitude of charge is q. So placing P equal to Q into D, the net dipole moment P net equal to root 2 Q into D. Now let us consider second figure. In this figure, again we have a system of two dipoles are given, minus Q plus Q, minus Q plus Q, right? The direction of this dipole is towards the left because C minus Q to plus Q. Towards to the left it is denoted by P. And direction of this dipole is given by minus Q to plus Q. It will be in this direction. Yani one is in this direction, right? Another one is in this direction. See, this angle is 60 degree. This angle is 60 degree. It is 60 degree. So this will be also 60 degree, right? Therefore, the angle between the two vector is equal to 60 degree, right? Now, net dipole moment P net equal to under root of P square plus 2P square cos 60. Students, we know that cos 60 is equal to 1 by 2. Cos 60 degree is equal to what? 1 by 2. So under root of P square plus 2P square cos 60 equal to 1 by 2. 2 gets cancelled, and finally net dipole moment P net equal to root 3P. Placing the value of P equal to Q into D. So it is our resultant or net dipole moment. So in the question, sometimes there will be one dipole moment, two dipole moment, three dipole moment. So if more than one dipole moment, then you have to measure the resultant or net dipole moment. Okay. So taking the vector sum of each and every dipole moment. Okay. Apply the formula of vector addition, and finally you can get the answer. Now, next question. The electric dipole moment of an electron and proton are 4.3 nanometer apart is dash. See, we have one electron, one proton, and here we have one electron. Okay, now this electron and proton having the separation is given. This separation is 4.3 nanometer, right? So we want to find out the dipole moment. So separation 2a equal to 4.3 nanometer. Nanometer equal to 4.3 into 10 raised to minus 9 meter. And what is the charge of electron or charge of proton? Charge of electron or charge of proton, its magnitude will be 1.6 into 10 raised to minus 19 coulomb. Here in this formula we have to take only magnitude, right? So magnitude is equal to 1.6 into 10 raised to minus 19 coulomb. So finally, if we put the value, the answer is 6.8 into 10 raised to minus 28 coulomb into meter, right? Now, next topic, electric field of an electric dipole, right? See, electric field of an electric dipole. Here we are taking two options. Electric field, actually we are taking three options, but first we will see first option, electric field on the axis of the dipole. See, it is a minus q, it is plus q charge, it is minus q charge, it is plus q charge, and it is the axis. Okay, we want to find out electric field at some point on the axis. That point suppose will be P. So net electric field at point P is given by 2 kp upon r square minus a square raised to 3 by 2. What is A? See, 2a is the separation and A is the separation of any one charge from the midpoint of the dipole. So O is the midpoint. What is R? R means the distance of the point where we want to calculate electric field from center. So distance of center of the dipole and point P is given by R. K is the constant. So it is formula of electric field. Now what is the direction of electric field over here? See, in this arrangement, the direction of dipole moment from negative charge to positive charge, so it is towards to the left, and electric field also towards to the left. So electric field is in the direction of dipole moment, right? If R is very greater than A, it means A is negligible compared to R. So in this formula, if we will take A equal to 0, so what will be the answer? E is equal to 2 kp upon R square raised to 3 by 2. 2 gets cancelled. Okay, so finally 2 kp upon R cube, right? Now the second option, electric field on the equatorial point. What do you mean by equatorial point? A point which is on the line, this one, a point which is on the line of equator of the dipole. And what do you mean by equator? Equator means a line which is perpendicular, to the axis of the dipole, and it is passing through the midpoint of the dipole. So this line will be equator. So now electric field. What is electric field? See, for plus Q, direction of electric field away from the charge. For minus Q, direction of electric field is towards the charge, and this will be the net electric field. Okay. And see, it is a dipole moment. See, dipole moment is towards the left direction from negative charge to positive charge, and electric field is towards to the right direction. So here electric field is opposite to the dipole moment. Its formula is given by E is equal to minus Kp upon R square plus A square raised to 3 by 2, right? E equal to minus Kp upon R square plus A square raised to 3 by 2. It is possible, it is opposite to the direction of dipole moment. See, what is R? R is the distance of the point where we want to find out electric field from the charge. So this one is R, and this one is also R. Okay. See. For once again, R is equal to distance of the point P from the center of the dipole. R is the distance of point P from the center of the dipole, right? So it is R, and A is equal to the distance of the charge from the midpoint of the dipole, right? Now if we are taking R is very greater than A, then A will be negligible. So E equal to minus Kp upon R square raised to 3 by 2, square root can get cancelled, so minus Kp upon R cube. So if you compare the two formulas, it is the electric field on the axis and it is electric field on the equator. So electric field on the axis is double than electric field on the equator. So this result is very important result. Okay. Now let us see some question. Two opposite charges, magnitude plus 2 microcoulomb, are 1 centimeter apart. So we have two charges over here, and each having magnitude minus 2 microcoulomb, and they are 1 centimeter apart. So the separation is 2a equal to 1 centimeter is given. Okay. The electric field at distance 5 centimeter from midpoint on the axial line of the dipole. Also find the electric field on the equator of the dipole at the same distance. So there are two questions. So let's find electric field on the axis of the dipole. On the axis, the formula E equal to 2 kp upon r square minus a square the whole square. Here 2, what is k? K equal to 9 into 10 raised to 9. P equal to dipole moment. P equal to, we know that 2a into q, right? So what is 2a? 2a equal to 1 centimeter, it means 0.01, and charge q equal to 2 microcoulomb, yani 2 into 10 raised to minus 6. In the denominator, what is r? R is equal to the distance. Here r is equal to two opposite charge. My distance is given is a 5 centimeter, right? So r is equal to 5 centimeter, convert it into meter, 5 into 10 raised to minus 2 the whole square, minus what is a? See, 2a is 1, so a equal to 0.5 centimeter, convert it into meter, 0.5 into 10 raised to minus 2 the whole square. So finally its answer comes to be 2.93 into 10 raised to 6 Newton per coulomb. Now we want to find out electric field on the equatorial line. So on the equatorial line, E is equal to Kp upon r square plus a square raised to 3 by 2. By placing the value K is equal to 9 into 10 raised to 9. P is equal to 2a into Q. What is 2a? 1 centimeter, it means it is 0.01 into Q. Q equal to 2 into 10 raised to minus 6. R is the distance 5 meter, 5 convert into 5 centimeter, convert it into meter. So it is 5 into 10 raised to minus 2 the whole square, and A equal to 0.5 into 10 raised to minus 2 the whole square raised to 3 by 2. Finally, you can get the answer. So if you compare the two answers, so electric field on the axis will be double than the electric field on the equator, right? If the distance are same, then only, because here distance is 5 centimeter for equator, 5 centimeter on the for axis, for a point on the axis, and if the distance is same, it means the electric field on the axis is double than the electric field on the equator, right? Now students, we will see the electric field at any point. Here, see, in previous two cases, we find electric field on the axis, right? We find the electric field on the equator. Now we find the electric field at any point around the dipole. So suppose it is point P. We want to find out electric field at point P. The distance of point P from the center of the dipole is given by R, and the line joining point P and the center of the dipole makes some angle theta with the axis of the dipole. So it is axis of the dipole. Formula of electric field at this point is given by electric field E is equal to Kp upon R cube under root of 1 minus 3 cos square theta. Students, you have to remember this equation. E equal to Kp upon R cube under root of 1 minus 3 cos square theta. So let us see one example on the basis of this formula. What is the magnitude of electric field intensity due to dipole moment 2 into 10 raised to minus 8 coulomb into meter at a point distance 1 meter from the center of the dipole makes an angle 60 degree. Here dipole moment is given 2 into 10 raised to minus 8 coulomb into meter. Here the distance also given, r is given, and theta is given 60. So put all this value in this equation, right? So K equal to 9 into 10 raised to 9, P equal to 2 into 10 raised to minus 8 under root of 1 plus 3 cos square 60, because theta equal to 60 degree. We know that cos 60 degree is equal to 1 by 2. So 9 to the 18 into 10 raised to 1, 1 plus 3 cos square 60, 1 by 2 the whole square, 1 plus 3 by 4. So it is 4 1s are 4 plus 3 and is 7 by 4. So under root of 7 by 2, and finally its answer comes to be 238 Newton per coulomb. Now next topic, electric field placed in the uniform electric field. Students, you know what is the uniform electric field? The field in which all the field lines are parallel and equidistant. Parallel and equidistance. Such a field is called uniform electric field. So uniform electric field is represented by parallel and equidistance line. And in non-uniform, the lines are neither parallel nor equidistant. So it is a non-uniform electric field. If a dipole is placed in the uniform electric field, what will happen? Here, due to uniform electric field, here we have a positive charge, here we have a negative charge. This plus q charge gets attracted towards the minus q by force F1, and this negative charge gets attracted towards this plus q by force F2. Now what is the force on charge? Force on charge F is equal to q into E, right? So F equal to F1 plus F2 means minus q plus q, so finally 0. So the net force on the dipole, in the electric field is 0. See the situation. If the force is 0, then there is no linear motion taking place. So when a dipole is placed in the non-uniform electric field, there will be no linear motion taking place. But see here two forces, one is plus q and second one is minus q. Because of these two forces are equal in magnitude, opposite in direction. See, it is towards to the right, it is towards to the left. Torque acting on the dipole, and due to torque this dipole will rotate, right? Due to this torque dipole will rotate. Now this torque is given by torque is equal to 2aq cross E, where 2aq equal to dipole moment, which is denoted by vector P cross vector E. So the magnitude of torque tau is equal to Pe sin theta. What will be this theta? See, P is equal to dipole moment, E is equal to electric field. What is theta? See, theta is equal to the angle between dipole moment. See, what is the direction of dipole moment? From negative charge to positive charge. So it is the direction of dipole moment, right? And here electric field is towards to the right. So the angle between them is equal to theta. So torque is equal to Pe sin theta. If we draw the graph of Pe versus theta, then see it is on the y-axis we are plotting P into E, product of dipole moment and electric field. On the x-axis we are plotting theta, right? So it is a sin theta. Because of the sine function, the shape of the graph, it is a sine curve, right? Now in this formula, if you are taking theta is equal to pi by 2 or 3 pi by 2, see from the figure theta is pi by 2 or 3 pi by 2. See there will be a maximum value, yes or no? So maximum torque is produced. So tau max is equal to P into E. If theta is equal to 0 or pi or 2 pi or 3 pi, etc. Okay, so for the angle theta equal to 0, pi, 2 pi, see 0, Pe 0, pi, Pe 0, 2 pi, Pe 0. Okay, so finally torque is 0, so it is a minimum torque, right? So it is formula of torque acting on the dipole placed in the uniform electric field. It means when a dipole is placed in the electric field, what will happen? The net force will be 0 and some torque acting on it, and formula of that torque tau equal to Pe sin theta, right? Now let us calculate work done to rotate the dipole in the uniform electric field. It means, consider students that here we have a dipole which is placed in the electric field, it is electric field, and we have a dipole, it is minus q, it is plus q, it is a direction of dipole moment p, and it is a direction of E. Here dipole is in equilibrium condition, because see here this force is plus QE, this force is minus QE, both the forces equal in magnitude, opposite in direction, and they are collinear. It means these two forces cancel effect of each other. So if the forces cancel the effect of each other, this condition is called equilibrium condition. Suppose we want to rotate this dipole from this equilibrium condition. It means here dipole, and we want to rotate this dipole with some angle. So we want to rotate. Now if we want to rotate, then we have to do some work. Okay. So work, formula of work done in the rotation, W equal to theta 1 to theta 2 tau d theta. Tau equal to Pe sin theta d theta. Pe common, integration of sin theta equal to minus cos theta. Upper limit minus lower limit, and finally we get the value W equal to Pe cos theta 1 minus cos theta 2. See here we want to rotate the dipole from its equilibrium position. So we have to do some work. So this work is due to external force. Okay. Now work done by electric force. Okay. See, it is a work done by external force, but let us see that now we displace the dipole, and now dipole is in this situation. It is minus q, it is plus q. Now when we release, then what happens? If we release, then this dipole starts rotating, and finally dipole become parallel to the electric field. So this work is done by the electric field or electric force, right? So here in this case we are not doing work. Here we are doing work from equilibrium condition to some angle, and then we release, then it is from some angle it will come to the equilibrium position, right? So work done by electric force is opposite to the work done by external force. Why? Because using the external force we disturb the dipole from the equilibrium position, and using the electric force the dipole will come back to its original position. So in both the cases rotation are different. See, we are doing work using external force horizontal to some angle, and dipole doing the work some angle to the horizontal. So in both the cases, here we are doing rotation like this, okay, and the dipole, in this condition dipole is doing rotation like this. So in both the cases the work is opposite. So if opposite, so if we place this value over here, so minus here cos theta 1 becomes minus cos theta 1, and cos theta 2 becomes plus, minus cos theta 2 becomes plus cos theta 2, right? Now potential energy. Potential of energy of dipole placed in an electric field. Formula of potential energy of the dipole placed in the electric field is given by U equal to minus Pe cos theta. If theta is equal to 0, this condition is called equilibrium condition. We know that cos 0 equal to 1. So U equal to minus Pe. If theta equal to pi, we know that cos pi equal to minus 1. So U equal to minus Pe into minus 1. So here the answer will be plus Q. It is called unsteady equilibrium condition. What do you mean by unsteady equilibrium condition? Here in this condition equilibrium is there because forces are balance each other, but the dipole will not remain in this condition. See, let me explain. Here See, it is electric field, right? Here we have positive charges, here we have negative charges, and it is a dipole. It is minus q, it is plus q, it is minus q. So what is the direction of dipole moment towards to the left? What is the direction of electric field towards to the right? Here electric field and dipole moment both are in opposite direction. Here the force acting on plus q due to this positive charge, repulsive force. Here also due to negative charge, repulsive force, and these forces cancel the effect of each other because both are opposite. But dipole will not remain stationary in this condition. This dipole completely gets rotated by 180 degree and then come to this position. And here then it is plus q and it is minus q, right? It means it is a equilibrium, but in this condition dipole is not steady, so it is called unsteady situation. If theta equal to pi by 2, so cos pi by 2 is equal to 0, so u equal to 0, right? Now let us see one more example. An electric dipole having dipole moment P 5 into 10 raised to minus 18 coulomb meter lying in uniform electric field E equal to 4 into 10 raised to 4 Newton per coulomb. Calculate work done by rotating the dipole by 60 degree. See here, calculate the work done by rotating the dipole by 60 degree. It means it is a work done by external force. It means initially dipole was in equilibrium, so theta 1 equal to 0. Now we rotate the dipole by 60 degree, so theta 2 equal to 60 degree. E equal to 4 into 10 raised to 4 Newton per coulomb is given and dipole moment is given. So work done by external force is given by P E cos theta 1 minus cos theta 2. Placing value of P 5 into 10 raised to minus 18, E 4 into 10 raised to 4, cos theta 1 equal to cos 0, cos theta 2 equal to cos 60 equal to 1 upon 2, so 1 minus 1 upon 2, it means it is 1 upon 2. Finally, placing the value, we get this answer. Here was 0.1 into 10 raised to minus 12 joule, it means 0.1 picojoule, right? Now, new topic student, area vector. What do you mean by area vector? Student, always area is taken as a vector quantity. See its definition, a vector which is perpendicular to the surface and its magnitude is equal to the area of the surface. It means magnitude of that vector is equal to area of the surface. Such vector is called area vector. So let us see, it is a circular disc and its area is suppose 10 centimeter square. Okay. Now if we consider a vector which is normal to its area, normal to its surface, and if its value is also 10 unit, yani this vector having value is equal to 10 unit, it means this vector shows the area of this surface. This vector is called area vector. Here if we draw the area vector in right direction, then it is also we can consider here area vector also in right direction. So here this disc is called open surface. So for open surface, area vector is taken in any direction which is normal to the surface, whether it is inside, outside, upward, downward, anywhere. For example, let us consider this square. Okay, it is placed horizontally. So now its area vector, we can show the area vector in either upward direction or downward direction, because see, it is also perpendicular to the surface, it is also perpendicular to the surface. So if we have open area, open surface area, So which are open surface area? It means square, it means disc, it means rectangle. So these are called open surface area. Then we are taking area vector normal to the surface but in any direction, but this direction must be normal to the surface. So we cannot take this area vector, because see, here it is a surface and it is along the surface, right? We cannot take this area vector, okay, because it is along the surface. See, these two vectors which is shown by this orange color, these two vectors are exactly perpendicular to the surface, so these are called area vector. So remember student that in a open surface we can show area vector in two opposite direction, okay. So here if we have surface over here like this, so you can draw area vector in this direction, you can draw area vector in this direction, okay. So both the answers are right, okay. Now in a closed figure or closed surface, area vector is always normal and outward to the surface. In a closed figure or closed surface, area vector is always in outward and normal direction. What do you mean by outward and normal direction? So first, let us decide which surface is a closed surface, like sphere, like cube, like cylinder, right? So these are like cuboid. So these surfaces are called closed surface. So if we have a cylinder, so it has total three area, two cross sections, right, and one curved surface. So here area vector is in outward direction normal to the surface, here outward direction normal to the surface, outward direction normal to the surface, outward direction normal to the surface, right. Here we cannot show the area vector is in this direction, no, it will be wrong, okay. So there is a change that in the open surface area we get the two different direction of area, and these two directions are mutually opposite. But in the closed surface, area vector is always perpendicular to the surface and it is in outward direction only, not inward. Once again, it is in outward direction. Let us see one or two example. Find area of the square of length 10 meter placed in YZ plane. See, it is, suppose it is Z, it is X, and it is Y, and this it is in YZ plane, and it is our square, right? So what is its area? So area vector should be perpendicular. So you can write, you can draw area vector is in this direction or is in this direction. Yes or no? Because it is an open surface, so you can take any one direction. So its area is equal to area square having area L square, and it is either I cap or we can say that minus I cap, okay. So here L equal to 10 meters, so 10 square 100 I cap, or we can say that here 100 minus I cap also. This answer also possible. Now find the area of the disc. Here suppose this disc is placed in C. Let us take it is a X, it is Y axis, it is a X axis, and it is a Z axis. Suppose, see, just a minute. Let us take it is a Y axis, it is a X axis, and it is a Z axis. And here this plane is called XZ plane, okay. Here radius R, it is area vector, we can write area vector in this direction, we can write area vector in this direction, because it is a disk and disk is a open surface. So what is its area? So disk having area, circular disk having area equal to pi r square, so we can write pi r square j cap because of positive y direction, or pi r cap minus j cap because of negative y direction. Now let us see, here we have a square over here, and it is AB, it is ABCD. So its area is also can be represented by vector A equal to vector AB cross vector AD. So we can take this equation as a equation of area also. Now let us see some typical numerical, some higher level numerical of only area vector. Find area of a square L equal to 5 meter. So here students, here we have a square and its length equal to 5 meter, right? And we want to find out its area. So area vector is always normal to the surface, so area vector is in this direction, right or no? So it is a area vector. Now this vector will be neither in x direction nor in y direction and not in z direction. So how can we find its direction also? So see this formula, vector A equal to vector AB cross vector AD. So let us obtain vector AB. Vector, it is vector AB, right? Now this point vector AB is equal to, see, draw the perpendicular on x-axis which gives you x component, and draw the perpendicular on z-axis which gives you z component, right? And it is in xz plane, so y component is 0. Now consider this figure. Suppose we have a triangle, it is right angle triangle, it is 90 degree, it is 37 degree, it is 53 degree. So the side which is opposite to the 37 degree is less, and the side which is opposite to the 53 degree is greater. So here y is greater than x. It means here we have a triangle, it is a 37 degree, it is a 90 degree, it means opposite is a 53 degree. So the side which is opposite to the 37 degree, it will be 3, and the side which is opposite to the 53 degrees, it will be 4, because you know that 4 square plus 3 square is equal to under root of 4 square plus 3 square is equal to under root of 25 equal to 5. And if the hypotenuse is 5, means one side is 4, second one is 3. But which one is 4, which one is 3? That if we have a lesser angle, then opposite side is less. If we have a higher angle, then opposite side will be high. So it is a 37 degree, so opposite side, it is this, it will give you a z component. So it is a 37 degree, it means this must be 53 degree. So opposite to 37 degree, it will be 3, and opposite to 53 degree, it will be 4, right? So here x equal to 4 and z equal to 3. So coordinate of AB are 4, 0, 3. Now vector A equal to vector AB cross vector AD, vector AB equal to I, J, K, AB equal to 4, 0, 3. And what is AD? See, this, it is on y-axis. So on y-axis, x and z component are 0. So it is 0, 5, 0, because its length is 5 meter, right? So now I cap, by solving this determinate, I 0, 0 minus 15 minus j 4 into 0, 0, 3 into 0, 0 plus k, 4 5s are 20 minus 0, right? So its answer is minus 15i plus 20 k cap meter square, right? So student, it is our lecture number 3. In lecture number 4 of electrostatic, we will see some more interesting topics, and these topics are Gauss theorem and applications of Gauss theorem. So student, please see this lecture and subscribe this lecture. Okay, so bye bye.